The M1 Garand was adopted by the U.S. military in 1936 and was the standard issue battle rifle in World War II and Korea. It's an extremely rugged and dependable firearm that is capable of exceptional accuracy. In this series of videos by Brownells, we'll show you how to field strip, clean, lubricate, and reassemble this classic design to keep it running smoothly and reliably. Before we start, it's worth noting that some M1 owners prefer not to tear down their gun every time they clean, especially if the action's been bedded into the stock, as frequent disassembly can loosen things up. The best way we found to clean the gun while in the stock is to lock the bolt back with a device like the M1 Buddy port and proceed to clean the barrel normally. The M1 Buddy not only keeps the bolt open for easy access, but also catches the used patches as they come out of the bore. Naturally, this method doesn't give access to the inner parts, but this isn't considered a problem for match shooters who won't tear down the gun for complete cleaning until the end of the season. They just want to clean the barrel to maintain accuracy until they're done shooting for the year. That being said, in the case of this run-of-the-mill Garand, we'll be removing it from the stock. But before we can begin, we need to make sure the rifle is unloaded. To do so, retract the bolt and verify the chamber is empty. With the gun now safe, we'll start by turning the rifle upside down. On the Garand, the trigger guard acts as a latch to lock the trigger assembly in place. To remove the trigger assembly, you have to pull back on the rear of the trigger guard to unhook it so that it can be rotated upward. On tighter guns, you'll need a tool like a punch or screwdriver to get the necessary leverage to unhook the trigger guard. Once you have it unhooked, it can be rotated up to release the trigger housing, which can now be pulled up and out of the stock. With the trigger assembly removed, we can separate the barrel receiver group from the stock. Normally the stock will come off quite easily, but if the gun has been glass bedded or has an extra tight stock, it may need a little persuasion. The easiest way to do this is to hold the stock upside down by the barrel and receiver and tap the rear of the stock against the bench, preferably on a padded surface. A few light raps should be all it takes. Once you have the stock removed, it should be placed somewhere out of the way to await reassembly. Next, the follower rod and spring can be removed. To do so, pull the bent portion of the rod with a fork in it forward to unhook it from the receiver. Now the rod and op rod spring can be removed rearward. Be careful while doing this, as the spring is under pressure and needs to be controlled as it's released. With the spring and follower rod removed, the follower arm pin can be pushed out of the left side of the receiver to free the bullet guide, follower arm, and the operating rod catch. Then, the magazine slide and follower can be lifted out of the magazine well. Next, the rifle can be flipped over to remove the op rod. To do so, draw it back until its guide lug at the rear lines up with the disassembly notch in the receiver. Then, we can rotate it upward and pull it away at the same time. Once the op rod is free of the receiver, it can be pulled rearward out of the gun and set aside. Now we can pull out the bolt, and it can be removed by sliding it forward and pulling it up and to the right while rotating it slightly. On some guns, this can be a tight fit and require a bit of experimenting to find the exact position where the bolt will come free. Don't try to force it out, as this could possibly result in damage to the bolt or the receiver. Once the bolt is out, it should be set aside for cleaning as is. Further disassembly is not recommended for routine cleaning, as it can be a bit difficult. If you do need to tear down the bolt for maintenance, Brownells carries a tool for this job that makes it quite easy. The last part we want to remove is the gas cylinder. Start by unscrewing the lock screw at the front just below the muzzle. If you find that the lock screw is difficult to remove, you can soak the threads in Kroil to help loosen things up. Once the lock screw is off, the gas cylinder lock can be unscrewed and the gas cylinder will slide off the front. If the cylinder is stuck, you can use a plastic or rawhide mallet to drive it off the barrel. With the gas cylinder out of the way, we can slide the front handguard off the barrel and set it aside. At this point, the gun is field stripped and ready to clean, and we'll show you how to do that in part 2.